Hey guys, it's MJ, your host for Saturdays on Search Careers, and this week's topic is first dates. First off, I want to say that my relationships don't normally last too long, but I'm not necessarily blaming it on the first date. It usually has other factors such as communication and different aspirations. What do people want out of relationships? And when you finally figure out what you want, they want something different. Another thing I want to say is that I don't usually start off dating someone. I'm usually with friends, or I meet new people through friends, and we do the friend thing first and see what happens from there. I'm a firm believer in that I'd like my partner to be one of my best friends, able to be a friend when they need to be. The supporting factors is there when you have a friend. Usually long-term relationships start off best as friends, and your whole life you have a best friend with you to be there as a friend, not only as a lover, but as your soulmate. Definitely what not to do on a first date. Don't talk about work. Don't talk about your exes. Please don't answer your phone. And definitely don't text message. If you're there on a date to get to know them, it's very disrespectful to answer the phone, or even if somebody walks by and you know them and they say, "Hey, so-and-so, how's it going? You remember me?" I think that's one of the worst things to do, is to not introduce even your date to the person who's walking by. Or very, very rude if you say, "Oh, hey, long time no see, let's chat up right then and there." I mean, to me, that's like the worst thing ever. You're like, what am I, chopped liver? I'm over here in the corner. They're not saying hi. They're not acknowledging me. They're not introducing me. I'd feel very downgraded. Definitely don't be a Debbie Downer. Don't say you hate the world. Don't say that there's no such thing as world peace. Don't start talking about things that you dislike. You want to talk about things that you do like. Good habits, good things you like to do. Athletic things, certain interests. Definitely try to keep the conversation upbeat. If you have a hard time figuring out what to talk about, would have been a good idea to figure out things before you went on the date. Definitely don't be negative. Negativity is such a turnoff. If you can't be positive about yourself and or the world, how are you expecting to get through this date? Unless they're a negative person too. Even then, I mean, two negatives don't make a right. Try not to be controlling or overconfident. Overconfidence shows people that you're a cocky bastard. If you're always going, "Oh, I'm good at everything. This is me, my life. I throw money down. I'm a winner." Some people get intimidated by that. Other people are like, "Wow, I don't like this person. Their aura is just not what I'm looking for." Things to do on a date: good communication. Definitely keep the conversation fluent. If you had an opportunity to either call or text before your date, make sure you remember a couple things they were saying, something that you can open up on or ask them about it. Then they get to be the expert on whatever you were saying, whatever you were asking about, and it gets the conversation rolling. They get to elaborate more on what they were interested in, and hopefully they can get you interested in that too, and it'll keep things rolling. You definitely want to kind of regulate the conversation. You want both parties to be talking, not exactly even, but you definitely want to have your time in talking, their time in talking. It's a two-way street. Communication is the key to everything. You want to be able to be a part of it. You don't want to be the listener. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm a good listener," right? But if you just sit there non-prompting, your date will be like, "Wow, I'm talking all this much. Maybe I'm too nervous. Why am I talking so much?" Like, do they want to interject or whatever? You can't just stop talking, because then you'll both be, "Wow, this is fun." Nobody's talking. Shoot, I'm a boring date. No, you want to have a few cards up your sleeve. You want to be able to interject something when need be. So definitely bring up your interests, your goals, any aspirations you have for life. If you have a bucket list, that's the perfect thing. You can always say that, oh, I want to travel the world. I want to go to Italy, or I want to go see the pyramids, or you want to skydive or go parasailing off the coast of whatever, or you want to learn how to surf someday, or just whatever. You know, things that are light topics, you know, they don't pin you on certain things like, oh, I want to go fishing for baby dolphins. Definitely bring up your willingness to try new things, such as different types of food, like, I've never tried Thai food, but I'm totally open up to it. That could lead to a second date. Definitely show that you are capable of loving life, or capable of love. Definitely show your emotions, but don't be over emotional. Like, if they bring up, oh, I love sunsets, and you go, oh, I love them too, tear. I cry at the sight of the most beautiful sunset that I saw yesterday, or whatever. You don't want to be that person. You want to be sensitive and sensitive to each other's needs, but you don't want to be oversensitive. That's all I'm trying to say. If you're educated, don't be afraid to show it, just don't be a know-it-all. If you have a certain degree, make sure that you bring that up, especially when they're asking, hey, what do you do, yada yada. Even if it's not what you're doing now in your particular job, I mean, don't talk about your job, but you do want to say, oh yes, I went to school for this, I loved it, this is what I want to do. But don't be a know-it-all, don't be a snob about it. Don't try to make them look stupid or feel stupid. Nobody likes that. It doesn't make them feel special. That's a big no-no. If you're an athletic person such as myself, please don't be over-competitive. If you have any of that showing at the time, please tone it down. Nobody likes to be in a race all day, every day. It's just not a good thing. That's one of the things I usually have a hard time at. I don't like losing, and everything to me is a competition. I've been working on that. It's okay to just have fun. Nothing has to be a race. You don't have to win every time. It's more fun for those around you if you're not out for blood every time. And definitely be respectful, especially if they have religious views and you don't. It's important enough in their life for them to even bring it up to you, and usually if they bring it up, that they would want respect from others as well about it. I'm not saying that if you are the religious person, like, push it on anybody. Nobody likes that. But I mean, if they ask about it, sure, explain a little bit about it, don't go in major depth. Same thing goes with respectfulness towards, if you're a meat lover and they're a vegetarian or vegan, don't flaunt it in front of them. Definitely, if it's the other way around, don't look at them with disgust that they're eating meat, or, oh my god, you just killed a baby cow, or whatever. And one of the last things I'd like to say is that when I'm on a date, I usually play it by ear. You may have all the things in the world planned. It could be the most perfect date ever planned. Like, oh, you're going to go to dinner and a movie, and if it goes well from there, you're going to go to Starbucks or a little cafe to get some coffee. And if it's good from there, then you might go to the club or the bar to get a couple drinks and, you know, play it by ear. Nothing ever goes to plan. You want to be able to have options open, but you definitely don't want to be like, oh, I have this planned, I have these reservations, we have to do this, we have to do this. Don't be controlling. Nobody likes that. One very, very last thing I want to say is that if you are going to drink on your date, 2 drink maximum. Nobody likes an alcoholic, especially on the first date. Some people do have to have, you know, that little liquid courage, little bit, I mean like 1 drink, to kind of crack out of their shell, get things rolling. But you don't want to be that alcoholic. Say if you drove there, like you didn't meet there, driving, you want to be able to drive them home. You don't want to be that alcoholic that had to call a cab. I mean, granted, things happen, and some people are lightweights or whatever, but you don't want to have that bad impression, that one last thing, the very end of the night. It might have gone, to a T till there, and then that could have been the only turn off. That's all I have to say, so please leave any questions or comments below. And you guys have a great Saturday. Thanks for watching.